looking back at my life as a teenager and who I was and what I had planned, today I'm a 32-year-old man. I'm a strongman competitor. I run my own business. I'm openly gay. I have a big public profile. Today I do TV interviews, radio interviews, podcasts with people all around the world. But 16-year-old Chris just didn't have the same. That just wasn't even in my mind. Being a teenager at that age, I was mad into playing rugby. My future in sport, I assumed, would be in rugby if there was going to be a future in sport. Goal-wise, at that stage, I wanted to be a chef, and it's something that I did look down the lines of having a career with, and I went and I tried it, and I went and done work experience in the kitchen, and I absolutely hated it, and I was like, this isn't a life for me. I then went on then to go to college and study horticulture and become a landscaper, and I had years doing that, and slowly that job just wasn't for me either. I left that job and I started to work in the banking world, and I worked in the banking world for 5 or 6 years, and towards the end of it I just realised that that's just not what I wanted to do with my life and who I was, that I was going to work every day and becoming a different character, something that was totally opposite of who I actually am, where I had to talk in a different way and I had to watch my language and I had to dress in suits, and I left the bank 5-6 years ago, and to this day I haven't wore a suit unless I'm actually going to somewhere where I have to wear a suit. It just wasn't me. I'm the type of guy who wears gym clothes. I'm the type of guy who speaks what's on my mind. I'm very forward with people. I don't believe in sugarcoating and treating people and giving them bullshit just to make them feel better. I'm very straightforward, and that world that I was in was just a totally opposite world of who I am. But being in that job paid a lot of money. Those were the expectations of what's expected. And I think that when you start off in life and you're a teenager and you're going into your 20s, your expectation is get a good job, find a partner, get a house, get a mortgage, settle down, get married, and then just carry on living out your life. And for me, there was so much more there that I just hadn't experienced yet, or there was going to be more to my life and I didn't know what it was yet. It's so important, and one thing I think people struggle with too much is that, people who go through breakups, people who go through divorces, people who lose jobs, people who, when what seems like such a negative life experience at the time come along, they automatically treat it like it's a failure, that they failed to succeed at something, and that they sort of fucked up in life, where it's not the case at all. I look at when I left the banking world, when I changed jobs, I wasn't a failure. That was me moving on and me figuring out who I am and figuring out what I want to do in my life. What was the alternative? Do I stay there? Do I stay in a job that I can't stand? Do I work with people who look down their nose at me because I talk with a bit more of a country slang, and because my vocabulary has a lot of swear words in it? Do I have to stay and to be surrounded by people who look down their nose at me just because it brings in money, just because it's the lifestyle that is expected of you? To hell with that. I left that job and I became self-employed for the first time in my life, and it's been 5 years of incredibly hard work, but I can honestly turn around today and say that everything based about my work, everything based about who I am, is based on me. My entire life, my entire work life is based around me. As you go through life, one of the things that I found, and one of the things that you will all find, is that people will always try to put a label on you. And I don't know what it is with labels. I don't know why people just jump to it so quick to label somebody. I don't know if it helps them understand somebody more. I don't know if it makes people feel more comfortable once they have a label on you. But never ever allow somebody to put labels on you, because the only person who can write your labels is yourself. Labels don't belong, and they should never be given to you. If you want to write a label for yourself, you want to stand up and say, this is who I am, this is what I am, then do that. But as you go through life, you'll find that people in their expectations, even your loved ones, they will try to put labels on you, and stand against that. Never ever let somebody label you and restrict you and tie you down. One exercise that I would do regularly, and I've done so much over the years, is I would visualise myself sitting in a room, and in that room there's no lights, there's no doors, there's no windows, it's just me in a chair in the middle of the room, 4 black walls all around me, and everything that I have going for me in my life, I would add a doorway into that room. So any opportunities I have, career wise, sporting wise, even friendship wise, relationship wise, I would put a door into the room. And any positive things, any good things that I have in my life, any things that make me happy, I would add a window into the room. And then I'd sit back and I would look and I'd be like, how much light is there in this room? How much happiness is there in this room right now? And more times than enough, if there wasn't a lot of light in the room, there also wasn't a lot of doors in the room. Now, what I sort of mean by that is, I look at, and I say this to people all the time, a lot of people who suffer with their mental health, a lot of people who suffer with depression, they have very few doorways to go through. They have very few opportunities in life that they haven't created for themselves. They have very few possibilities to get excited about. And that's all within your own hands, it's all within your own power to be able to change that, to make that change, to build doorways, to put doors there that you can go through and you can come back, you can go through another door and you can come back, you can explore this, you can explore that, you can educate yourself here, you can reach out to people and ask for help here, or you can reach out and approach somebody about working together or collaborating together, and about even just building a friendship. It's something, and people are too scared to stand up and put them doorways around them. People are too scared of hearing no, or people are too scared of failures, or people are too scared of maybe trying something and not succeeding. And if that's how you feel, and if that's the fear you have, then you end up sitting in that chair in the middle of the room with just 4 dark walls. And that's where depression really sets in. As you go down any journey, things change, and don't ever be scared of change. You know, I said about my career and about how many different jobs that I've been in, and you know, yes, some people have been in a lot more jobs than what I have, but you know, changes came. You know, I changed from starting off of wanting to be a chef to being a landscaper for a few years, to working on the banks for a few years, to open up my own gym. Even I still change to expand on to YouTube, to social medias, to selling clothing, to selling products. You're always changing, and change always comes, and when that change comes, or when there's opportunities that come, you have to decide, do I go down this path? Do I stay where I am? Which is better for me? Which is going to bring more into my life? What's going to give me a better quality of life? And those are decisions that you should enjoy making. They should be exciting to make. You know, I have no fear at all about trying something, because I would always rather try and learn that it's not for me, rather than not try and regret it and never knowing. You know, I say this to people all the time, just if you're curious about something, if you're wondering about something, if you're even anxious to try something, just try it, just see what it's like, and then you'll always know for sure whether it was the right option or not for you. But if you never try, and this is where anxiety can hold you back so much, and this is where anxiety has held me back so much in the past, and why I fight it so hard, I never want to sit with regret again. Anxiety for me in the past has led to me not going on holidays, led me to not going to social gatherings, led me to not going down business opportunities, to not going on TV, to not doing news articles. And now, even though it's still a struggle for me to do a lot of them stuff, I force myself to do it because I want to be left with, and more times than enough, it'll end up being a good experience. Very rarely it's a bad experience, but if it does become a bad experience, at least you've tried it. And it's better to be left with that knowledge of knowing that that's something that isn't for you, rather than being left with the unknown and wondering, could I have tried that? Fear will always hold you back in every aspect of life. Fear is a killer of dreams. Never ever let it control you. You should never be feared to try. You should never be scared to go down new opportunities and try new things in life. Some things will work and some things won't, but that's fucking life. That's everything we try, from the food we eat, to the relationships we go into, to the jobs that we go into, to the sports that we try, even down to the fucking movies that we go to watch at night. Some you will love, some you will hate. Don't be scared. There's nothing wrong with something not working out. There's nothing wrong with you realising that you don't enjoy something or you don't like something. Don't be scared to try. Face your fears. If I let my fear consume me, if I let fear, being scared of failure, be scared of hearing no, if I let that take over, then today I'd be over 30 years of age. I'd be working at a bank in a job that I didn't like, probably married in a relationship with a woman, not happy, and if I was doing any sport I'd probably still be playing rugby and never even have gone down the line to strongman. If I let fear and being scared to try take over my life, then it just would not exist today.